The Phillies, man. The Phillies. What's going
Oh,
on, Ben?
I don't know.
Too late for you. Too late.
No, we're good. Let's keep going.
Phillies are struggling. They struggled out west. It was an ugly game at the bank last night with the fish in town. And it can't continue. It's as simple as that. We're going to dive into that and more in our podcast that is presented to you by SeatGeek. Make sure to use the code that is right up there. Nice little chair spin for that one. Those games on the West Coast, may as well jump right into just because they were atrocious.
Yeah.
Should I start with the positives or the negatives?
Let's go positive.
Yes. Well, the positives is from that span of, 9:40 to, I'm trying to think, when I always tweet out what Topper has to say and whatever players I think have the best things to say. So Topper's interview, usually on those 9:40 games, was done somewhere around the 1:40 area, which is when I packed it in. So from when the game started to Rob Thompson's interview ended, I got a lot done. I was on my laptop. I was looking at PSR applications. I was looking at Asana. I put in the next month of games because that's how pathetic the series was. I was assigning articles. I was emailing people about credentials. It was great. It was awesome. Ben and we got so much done during that time because there was no competition after the fourth inning. One of the teams is getting killed. I don't really want to see Nick Maton hit off of Luis Gonzalez, the Giants' third baseman. I want to watch that. But you know what I do want to do? The stuff I thought I was going to do the following morning. For me, it worked out great. Phillies, it was atrocious. What are your thoughts on this? I need a minute. Clearly.
My thoughts, that was awesome, and that's definitely making the TikTok tonight. My thoughts, I didn't watch any of the games. I got so lucky because first week of school, West Coast trip. Thank you, school. So I mean, I watched the first 4 innings before I went to bed. Inexcusable, but and pathetic. I mean, the Diamondbacks, I think, are a very underrated team.
I was going to go there.
I do kind of like the Diamondbacks. It's the Diamondbacks, but I do think they're an underrated team. I actually looked at their standings.
I got one reason why I like them.
Here you go.
You're not going to like this either. In center field, they got a pool, and I am determined to go there for my 18th birthday. I will be in that pool.
You'll be in that pool?
It's ridiculously expensive. So we're going to need you guys to use that SeatGeek code up there for the PSR team and take a trip down to Chase Field. I'm kidding. Yes. That's not what we use the money for. We use the money for plenty of different things that are a little bit more progressive. But
yes.
Yeah, that is the one reain why I like the Diamondbacks.
The Marlins used to have a pool in left field.
I know they used to. Did they get rid of it? I didn't know that.
They got rid of it.
And it was a pretty big pool too. It was like under an overhang too. So it was under an overhang, so you could still use it. And there was a bar on the side. It was nice. You know who else has a pool?
Who?
Some pool trivia. It's a Phillies team.
The Fine Phillies have a pool.
They do. Yeah. They do. Now that is actually a spot I'm considering to go on my birthday.
There you go.
One of these upcoming years. It's like actually not very expensive. It's like it depends
also minor league
for
baseball.
A birthday. Yeah, I love watching minor league baseball, especially now. I mean, the AA team is amazing.
Yeah.
But all the prospects down there, which we're going to talk more about prospects after the season ends in the off season. I think we're gonna have a feature coming out. This is also news to Ben. A feature coming out. I think it's time for us to do our own version of the top prospects in the Phillies organization. I think we're gonna go top 10 or top 15, not top 30. I don't think I have attention spans for top 30 with our PSR Rangers.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna stick with 10 or 15. But no, I mean Double A is fun to watch in my opinion. But it's actually reasonably priced.
Yeah,
But going back to the other place that has a pool, Arizona, that was
Yeah.
just awful. I mean, I want to go back to something that happened, a conversation we had on this podcast. This is episode 15. This is probably episode 4. When it was the, correct me if I'm wrong, third series of the season, and we played the New York Mets, and we blew the 7-1 lead.
Oh, yeah. No, it was episode 6, I'll say.
6. Okay.
Yeah, episode 6, because it was episode 6 or 7, one of those.
In one of those episodes, I told Ben that I was not concerned about that loss for one reason. And I was
the
wrong.
6th episode.
Do you remember my reason, Ben?
Because it'll never happen again. Oh, what happened?
I'm back.
I got the reason. Because it will never happen again.
Yep. Well, here we are.
Yep. Not as brutal because it wasn't in the top of the 9th inning, but they still blew a 6-0 lead.
This is true. So.
And it wasn't to the New York Mets, who I despise.
Right, but I mean, it's unreal that it happens. I mean, that was the second time they made that kind of history this season. Like, I don't know how that happens. Once with the Mets and now once against the Diamondbacks. When is it their turn? They really haven't had a. Now, I know you're going to say, the Phillies are one of the top teams with comeback wins in baseball. They really haven't had that big comeback where, you think they're out of it and they just go, boom, I'm on, here I am. It really hasn't happened. They've gotten close. St. Louis.
Yes.
When Kyle Gibson started off with the 4, I think it was the 5-run first inning. There was a 2-run home run by Arenado, and then Gorman.
Like the back-to-back.
4 in a row.
Yeah.
And Carlson, that's who the other one was. So that they came really close to. They were tied at one point after that, which is a miracle. But at that point, like when you look at no one actually, like, I know the whole no one cares thing's a cliche, but when you lose 13-1 and when you lose 2-1, at this point in the season, no one cares. Literally no one cares.
Yep.
I do not care. Like, especially if it's an Aaron Nola start, like that Diamondbacks one, like, is it frustrating? Yes. Should it happen? No. Is it excusable? Not at all. But, like, I literally don't care. And the reason for that is I know that that's not Aaron Nola. No, that was Ranger. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was Ranger.
Yeah.
Well, no, there was one against, I know that's not Ranger that we've seen recently. And the Nola that pitched in the Diamondback series, I can't remember if that was, that was in Arizona. That isn't Aaron Nola. So I wasn't really worried, which with my track record on whether or not to be worried, it's not a good one. But I mean, it's hard to watch some of these games because it does really seem like it's just they're never going to come back. And I'm saying that as someone who's traditionally not too worried about the way you win, the way you lose at this point in the season. So it's beginning to be concerning.
I want to talk about someone I want to talk about is Dave Robertson. Ever since he replaced those blue Cub shoes, he's stunk.
I was thinking that last night.
Yeah.
That would 100% cross my mind, and I was about to make a tweet. And I forgot.
His velocity is so low.
Yeah, I did notice that. Wasn't he up in like the mid to high 90s?
Yeah, and now it's dipped to like low 90s or something.
Not low, but like 93, 94, right?
Yeah, mid.
Right, so low to mid. Okay.
Yeah.
I did notice that though. Well, I noticed
it's concerning because he has not been the same pitcher, and I think it's because of those cleats.
I'm not a superstitions guy. I know that's abnormal for a baseball person like myself. But
I'm a big superstitious guy. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I wore the same jersey, the same undershirt, the same shorts, the same socks, the same everything throughout the entire playoff run, and it worked. So I tried it the next year and they lost like the first game, so I got rid of it.
Wow. That's dedication.
Yeah.
You should hang those up. You really should. You should like hang those on the wall.
Well, it was a Wentz jersey, so I don't want to hang it up.
Oh yeah.
So.
Or the shorts.
And then
shorts.
They were like this bright green shorts, like these like.
Yeah.
It was the only green shorts I had at the time, and it was one of the black jerseys. So it kind of looked cool for how old was I? 9-year-old me, 10-year-old me.
That's fair.
10.
That's 10-year-old. So another person we should talk about. We just talked about who were we just talking about? Oh, David Robertson. We'll go to another pitcher, a different type of pitcher. We'll go to the starting rotation, and who has been the most solid guy? To all of our surprise, Falter. And I have no explanation for his success.
It's the hair.
You heard it here, folks. Baily Falter has killed it over his last few starts. He's given, I believe, 4 quality starts in a row. His stuff is so much better. He's elevating his fastball location, his command of it's been incredible.
Baily Falter jersey giveaway in the playoffs.
We're going to get to that in a little bit. We're going to get to that.
Oh, there you go.
What? Like, I honestly, I don't understand. Like, he just looks so much different. A, he looks more confident. B, his pitches are just like, I don't know how to describe it using the word better. Like, the level that he's pitching at right now is different. You can tell this sounds really like psychology, but you tell by the way he's walking, the looks on his face. He just like, he doesn't seem like, I feel like he was always like a very thin piece of glass just waiting to shatter, because he knew that once that shattered, there was no putting the glass back together. That was a good analogy. He's going to get swept the way down to AAA.
Write that down.
He's going in the dustpan, back down to AAA.
Yep.
But right now, it's not the case. Obviously, with, you can spin it any way you want. Zach Wheeler is still a better pitcher than Baily Falter or anyone in the Phillies rotation. But Baily Falter has stepped up and the Phillies needed him to. And the crazy thing is, these are good teams too.
Mm.
The Diamondbacks, I mean, when you look at the Diamondbacks lineup, you look at the age of the Diamondbacks lineup, Baily Falter, who has pitched in AAA all season, essentially started against a AAA All-Star team.
Yep.
Well, no, because I'm not saying that as disrespect to Diamondbacks, but like when you look at their lineup, it's like a whole bunch of like former top prospects, right? It's just how did that? Why can't I think of his name? The right Corbin Carroll, Jake McCarthy, Dalton Varsho is a big prospect. And you've got actual all-stars in Ketel Marte, Christian Walker. Right? Like these are like, I mean, that's really not a bad lineup. I don't actually think the Diamondbacks are that bad of a team. But then you've got the Mets, who are leading the National League East. They have the second best record.
They're tied with the Braves. They're tied with the Braves. You not know that? Tied with the Braves first.
I saw they were one back yesterday. I guess that.
No, they're tied now. Braves won. Mets lost. They blew an 11-game lead. Yeah. No,
the Mets are up still.
Oh, did they win today?
The Braves are a half game back.
Oh, yes, so the Mets won today. Oh, okay. Last night they were tied.
Yes, I didn't know. You're right there. But yeah, I mean, Falter. Yeah, they play again. I know they play at 12:30. They play again at 6 something tonight against Pittsburgh.
6:45, I think.
Bassett had another really good start today. It's crazy what he's done for
the Mets stink, so it doesn't matter.
The Mets stink or the Pirates stink?
The Mets.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Their offense, I'm still not convinced their offense and bullpen's good. But right now, I'm not convinced or anything's good. So
Yeah.
So actually, I think before we get into our last thing, I want to go with Baily. Then, like, where do you like last night? How did that shift your confidence level?
With Baily? Or
No,
just
no,
the
no.
game?
Last night's game.
Oh, so if we're recording this on Wednesday night, so we're talking about the game Tuesday night where Segura had the walk off. It shifted my 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 confidence more downward.
I agree.
Yeah. We should not
There's
have to walk
so
off
many
the
missed
Marlins 2-1.
opportunities, especially when you've got on the bump.
Yeah.
Jesus Lizard.
Mhm.
Shout out to some guy on YouTube. I can't remember who made that. I heard it somewhere though. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, that's such a it's a pathetic team. I'm sorry. There's no better way to say it. Their offense isn't good. Their
the
pitching
Marlins?
is just inconsistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their offense is awful. It's literally awful. They have nobody who hits for power. They've got no one. Even the guys who hit for average are hitting like 260, which when you're an average hitter is not very good. So extremely underwhelming performance last night. And with Baily Falter going against, I believe it's Trevor Rogers tonight, it's hard to envision, a game where the Phillies have comfortable success. All right, so I got one more rapid fire question for you.
Yeah.
This question is, what are the expectations for Baily Falter moving forward?
The expectations, what I personally think he's going to do, at least for the rest of the regular season, I think he's going to keep going.
That's fair.
I think he's going to keep doing what he was doing. Keep pitching well. It's not. I don't. And then I think he's going to pitch well. I've started to jump onto the Baily Falter train. Which I was very
Falter. Yeah, I'm not sure
shirt.
if I'm not sure if I'm on that train yet.
I'm buying my ticket, debating if I want to buy the ticket.
Okay, so you're at the ticket. You're kind of like, so like there's a line for the ticket booth here.
The train website's loading.
I'm more of like a purchase tickets in person guy. So I guess for me that would be like I see the line of the ticket booth, and I'm like standing off to the side. I'm looking up at the board of the prices, and I'm seeing how much I'm willing to pay to get the Baily Falter train. That's where I am right now. So I think we're in a similar boat.
I like to get my tickets online. It's easier. Just
ahead of time.
load.
Online. Okay. By using the SeatGeek code, of course.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can buy
train
tickets on SeatGeek.
No. The Baily Falter train.
If Baily Falter was having a concert, I'd buy my tickets on SeatGeek and use code Philly Sports Support for $20 off my first purchase, over $50. I was told to add that to my my advertisements, over $50.
Who told you that? The SeatGeek guy?
Yeah, they emailed all ambassadors to make sure to say $50 because they've seen a lot of codes being put in, but they're not valid because it's not over $50, and they're like emailing people and stuff. So,
thank you, SeatGeek admin. We appreciate you.
Yes.
If you're listening to this podcast.
Anyway, I think I've started like Baily Falter. I think he's gonna pitch well for the rest of the season, and then if they make the playoffs, we'll go from there. I don't know how he's gonna be in the postseason because he's might have to face the Mets.
Very good. All right. So in that case, we have a special edition of Pepper for you this time, Ben.
Oh,
you prepared for that?
Is the music playing?
Music is playing.
Because we are also in the cafe today. Wow.
Oh, wait, that's my face. Hold on.
This cafe is brought to you by not SeatGeek.
Oh, never mind.
It's sponsored by the Philly Sports Twitter account.
All right.
Since the
Very
podcast
cool.
is sponsored by SeatGeek, we can't have two things sponsored by SeatGeek.
That's true. The pregame show is also sponsored by SeatGeek.
Yes.
You can have multiple things sponsored by SeatGeek. The
SeatGeek
Phillies have
is-
multiple things. Phillies have multiple sponsors for multiple brands.
SeatGeek is the best.
That it is. All right, this is the playoff edition of Pepper.
Uh-oh.
And the only reason that I did not put that in our agenda is because I just came up with it. That's what I was doing when I was over here. I was making my Pepper question. You've got 3 opinion questions and 1 quiz question.
What does this have to do with Ike's lunch?
We'll get there.
Okay.
It's not there yet. All right. Are you ready?
I'm
The
ready.
music is going.
Oh boy.
Because we're running out of music unless we go. Who is the Game 3 starter in a playoff series? No, forget that question. I want to ask a different question first. Question number 4. Wait, no. Wait, yeah.
What is happening? All right,
This is a great episode of the pod.
on the top.
All right, you ready?
Yes. Okay.
What is the preferred team when to play in a 3-game wild card?
My options are what? Mets, Braves, Cardinals?
Yes.
Cardinals.
Question number 1. Who is your Game 3 starter?
Baily, Falter.
Question number 2. Quiz question. This is a 3-part question.
Oh boy. What is
The
this?
first, sorry, it's a 2-part question.
Okay.
First part.
Jesus.
Who was this? Is I think these should be easy. I think, unless you don't know them like me. Who was the World Series MVP in 2020?
Corey Seager.
What? Wait, what year did I say?
2020.
2021. My bad.
Oh my god, damn you sponsor.
No. Wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Not do that.
Is it
Great
like a
guess.
dance me?
You can get one more guess since I slipped.
Was it a pitcher? No,
Well, I can't tell you that, but like, you know how it is.
it's not a pitcher. It might be a pitcher. That's free.
The second part. Who were the 2 MVPs of the 2 Phillies World Series titles?
Mike Schmidt and Cole Hamels.
Final question. In the playoffs, are you platooning Matt Vierling and Brandon Marsh?
Yes.
The music has stopped.
Actually, no, I'm not. It
The
depends.
music is still going.
It depends. That's my final answer. Yes.
Okay. The music
Let's
has
stick
now.
with
Okay, the
yes.
music stopped. It's not coming back on. Question
Okay.
number
Done.
4 is what we started with.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 and 1 are connected. Question number
Okay.
4. Your preferred team is the Cardinals, and in this game against the Cardinals, you're pitching Baily Falter.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I would like to save the big dude's arms.
Wait. What?
I'm so confused.
So in a game, it's win it or go home. You're
Oh,
pitching
win
Baily
it or go
Falter.
home. So wait, our starting rotation's what? Nola, Wheeler, or is it Wheeler, Nola?
No, okay. Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler are pitching games 1 and 2. Doesn't matter which ones.
Okay.
Who is pitching the 3rd game in a 3-game wildcard series?
I don't like
It's like
Schwartz.
all-
I don't. I don't like
This
Suarez.
is all over Twitter. You don't like Suarez.
I hate Kyle Gibson.
So do I.
Baily Falter.
Okay. All right. The quiz question. You got 1.5 out of 2. For the 2-part question, you got them both right. For the 2021, this is a tough one. Jorge Soler. All the home runs that he hit.
Oh,
It got me too.
That's Mickey Mouse.
That's Mickey Mouse. Yes. All right. All right. So
I forgot he was even on that team.
I did too. You're platooning Veerling and Marsh. You said depends on what?
Well, I forgot what platooning means, and I said depends on, and I was thinking depends on the pitcher, and I was like, oh wait, I'm an idiot. Yes, I'm platooning Veerling and Marsh.
All right, so depends on the pitcher, I assume.
And also at playoff time depends who's hotter at the time, not attractiveness at swinging the baseball bat. Neither have really done much the last week or so. So I can't really. Right now I'm just going back and forth. But until playoff time, whoever's the hotter option is who I'm going with.
Okay, so you're saying that if there's a lefty on the bump in the first game, Matt Veerling goes 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. And then there's a tough lefty in a tough righty in game 2. Let's say we're playing the Braves and it's a Spencer Strider. You're putting Marsh in there, even though Veerling was 3 for 4.
I'm putting in Veerling
because he was hot.
Yeah, it's the playoffs. It's the playoffs. The playoff is all about who's on the hot streak. You saw it last year with Eddie Rosario. And I can't think of anyone else, but
Well, Soler, that's one of them.
Yeah, Soler. There you go.
Right. I mean, I don't think anyone would predict that he'd be the World Series MVP. He's like, he's a solid outfielder, but I don't know if he's really.
I'm gonna fact check
all-star caliber usually. I'm pretty sure it's Soler. So then my question is, you're going with Falter against the Cardinals.
I love Jorge Soler. Okay.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. And I don't really like him because he's very inconsistent. But my game 3 starter is Kyle Gibson.
That's the other dude I would go with.
My reason being, A, when you look at the Cardinals, this is the biggest reason. When you look at the Cardinals lineup, you've got Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt are currently the 2 front runners for NL MVP. And they're both hitting around 4. Goldschmidt's hitting around 400 against lefties. Arenado, much better numbers against lefties. Albert Pujols would start in that 5th against the lefty. So that has your lineup going Goldschmidt, Arenado, Pujols. Then you got Tommy Edman, who hits better from the right side. You got Yadier Molina catching. And then you've got Tyler O'Neill, who's a power hitter. And I don't think that Brendan Donovan is a lefty, but still hits for average. I don't think Falter matches up well. Same with Suarez against the Cardinals.
You're my Cardinals guy. I mean, it's literally your St. Louis Cardinals. It's literally written on the jersey, Colin Daly. So I wasn't going in depth like that, but now that you tell me that, I'm switching over to Gibson. But I do think maybe game 2, they throw out Falter. I don't know. Actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. Don't do that.
It makes no sense.
Never mind. Because I was thinking switch the arm angle. Huh?
I mean, well, I actually wouldn't be opposed if you win the first game.
Yeah,
I would
you have
not
to
be
win the first game.
opposed. Well, if you win, okay. I think this is actually easy. Well, I don't know.
If you
See,
win
this is
if
the
you
thing.
win
I
the
don't
first
have the
game and you want to switch
experience.
up the arm ankle, throw out Gibson or throw out whatever his face is, Falter.
And then I guess you'd save Gibson. So I like where you're going with that. And I haven't really talked to a pitching coach about this, or not any coach really, about like schedules. So I don't really know if you can tell someone they're pitching 21 hours in advance. I don't know if like in the major leagues if it works like that. That's
Well,
really
you
never
can say Falter. If we're winning, you're going out there. Wheeler, Zachary, and no, he's just Zach. He's just Zach. Zach, if we lose, you're out there tomorrow.
I think he's Wheels.
Wheels, call him Wheels.
There you go.
And then Falter.
Yeah, he's
I have a
Wheels.
question. Baily for a boy. Who does that? I don't want to receive hate, so I'm going down here.
Still be in your chair.
Who
Yeah, I don't know.
who names their son Baily? Like, I mean, he's got the hair, so I don't know what he's trying to do. It is 2022, so don't cancel me. But
It's a good
you know,
point. Yeah, it's a good point.
come on.
It's something to consider. Okay, so we got Cardinals, we've got Gibson, and we've got our 3 MVPs. Who is the MVP? We got 2 questions. The reason I went with the MVP questions for our next topic, which is our last topic, who is the MVP of this season?
Are we done with Pepper?
Pepper's over.
All right, we're leaving the kitchen. We're done.
Yep.
We're back here. I hope you enjoyed your time in the kitchen. Speaking of kitchen, Ike's lunch, because I don't know where you were going with that.
Right.
What'd you have for
What
lunch?
is this? I had a lot for lunch today.
School lunch?
No. Today we had peanut butter sandwich. I usually put pumpkin butter on it also, but it was expired.
Pumpkin butter?
It's very good.
Never heard that one before. I'm not a big pumpkin guy.
That's fair. But no, so what I was saying about the Ike's lunch thing is the next time that the Phillies get blown out, which is probably going to be
this weekend
in about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Can I watch those videos? Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'll check those out. I think that's a good time. That's a good time.
So speaking of Ike's lunch,
I'll tweet you during it.
I was watching Ike's lunch while we were switching over to the new Zoom. I was watching today's, which is
very annoying, by the way. If anyone from Zoom is watching this, you should fix that.
What?
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Don't make it 40 minutes. Make it an hour. So I before we started, I was like, hold on, I gotta finish Ike's lunch. Colin has no clue what Ike's lunch is, and Colin is basically he's not. Never mind. Colin has TikTok. So do I. A lot of people have TikTok. So if you have TikTok, you're like a male, because I know a lot of the male watches Ike's lunch because they can connect to Ike through his thinking of food, because males think the same when it comes to food. This has been a really
I don't know why I'm making a face, because I haven't seen this, so you could be right.
So he never saw it, and I kind of threatened I'd fire him. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, he's never seen Ike's lunch, and if you haven't seen Ike's lunch and you have TikTok, look up Ike's lunch. It's good stuff. Sponsor us.
Yeah, I'll do that next time the Phillies are.
You want to hear what I have at lunch today?
Sure. Then we need to move on because we don't have a lot of time left. Yeah. I would like to leave for my free. I need to, just so you guys know, I work out for Phillies games because I know that I don't have the mental strength to go after because they're usually brutal. Just a heads up for anyone wondering.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I know a lot of people think. Hold on, I need to say something. I know a lot of people think that like we don't really care what the Phillies do, even if like as long as we can like write our post game recaps and write our features and stuff. Those I feel like I could cover any team in sports, and I would still become like their biggest fan, and I'd be so angry when they lose. Do you feel the same way, Ben?
Oh yeah,
it's just me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the first time.
You've seen Alex
that I
Coffey
covered-
this year. She comes in and she's basically already a long Phillies fan.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, you wouldn't even know that she blends right in because she was with the A's last year, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, I know she's the Athletic. Yeah, I mean,
No, she's with the
it's like
Empire.
no, she was the Athletic. Now she's the
Oh
Empire.
yeah.
Yeah, I said yeah. So you used to be the Athletic. Now she writes for Philly Inquirer. But no, I mean it's so frustrating. And from like the minute that I covered my first game, which I think it was the first game I covered for Philly Sports Reports was what? I think it was a Dodgers game. Yeah, it was like last year. The first thing that I covered like in years ago was the 2020 trade deadline. I don't remember. Oh, I remember what happened there. Brandon Workman. It's kind of happy at that time though. But anyway, I think I could cover any team in sports. The first time that I covered them, I would 100% be sucked into the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Even if I had to write my name 1,000 times for every article, I'd still do it just to be sucked in. It's an addiction. The Phillies are an addiction.
Yeah. So going back to my lunch,
this pod today is such a mess.
the perfect chip. You ready? Baked Lays.
No. Those things are gross. I hate
Baked
them
Lays.
so much.
The perfect chip. First of all, normal Lays? No. I don't like normal Lays.
I'm going to bring them down. So I have this yogurt that I ate while we were discussing what we were going to talk about in the pod. I was going to bring down some Lay's instead. I did not though.
Yeah, so Lay's.
Yeah, I don't like them. They're sweet. Ew, they're
too greasy.
There
Lots
are
of
not many-
residue and a
That's
very light chip. Very light chip. Baked Lays, nice firm, not too dry, great crunch, perfect amount of salt.
Yeah. I can taste them in my mouth as you're saying this, and then yogurt's going to come out the wrong way. I mean, those are so gross.
Baked Lays.
I don't.
The perfect chip. I'm going to pull them up.
No, I hate everything about those. The bag is a weird texture. The chips are a weird
I don't
texture.
care about
They're
the bag.
I dislike the shape of them. They're like in that perfect little octagon.
All I care about with Baked Lays are the chip. And the chip, here you go. Here's Baked Lays right here.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Look at these things. What is this? Look at these things.
There isn't much that I could like. There isn't much like in terms of food that I dislike. Like there are probably less than 10 things that I will not eat. Baked Lays are one of them.
And it's somewhat
Disgusting.
healthy. These are good.
Oh, I know. They're very good for you.
These are good. Pack of 40. How much is this? $23.
You can get those
It's
yourself,
good.
'cause-
It's good stuff. This is also kind of good, but this is Baked Lays.
Oh, yeah, that just gives me flashbacks to the elementary
10
school
out of
snack
10.
line.
10 out of 10 chips.
I'd actually.
That's where I first had them.
Visit a zero.
That's where I first had them, and I fell in love. I went back in line. I said, "Just give me the Baked Lays," and they gave me Baked.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to the next.
So your Baked Lays are the MVP of your school cafeteria. Who's the MVP in the Phillies clubhouse?
First of all, the MVP in my elementary school lunch was the grilled cheese.
That's true, and the tomato soup.
It was immaculate.
It was.
My team MVP. Can you go first?
Sure. Team MVP, I have to put. I'm really. I have to give it to Aaron Nola.
Yeah.
Aaron Nola had 2 starts that were less than 5 innings. When you think about it into a season context, that's unreal. That is like having a season where you never have a blowout game other than these 2 appearances. He constantly gets 7 innings. Like for someone to have more 7+ inning starts than less than 6 inning. I don't know if this is true, but I bet you it might be. That is pretty crazy. He has been consistent throughout the whole season. Hasn't really gotten into a rut where he struggled. He has really good stuff. And I've told you, the key to his success is his changeup. I mentioned this on one of the pregame shows. I don't remember which one. We recorded a lot of or streamed a lot of them. They all kind of blended together. Plus, that was a really bad time in terms of Philly stuff. So I tried to block it out.
Yeah, we can't really do this again. Those are pretty bad luck.
No. They're happening in the postseason. They're happening.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Bigger and better than ever when we're there. We're going to come out strong. We're even going to up it from 25 minutes to 35 minutes. We're going to be crazy.
And I bet you we can do it on the StreamYard, which we're going to test tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Our big meeting tomorrow, which you guys care absolutely nothing about, which is why I'm not going to go into depth about it. But no, I really want to give it to Nola because I've said that the changeup is the key to his success. And he had changeup working. It's a pitch that the opposition isn't expecting. Therefore, he can really use in any situation. A 3-1 get me over, a 2-2, especially if really good command of your fastball, a 2-2, see if I can get a swing and miss, an 0-2 just for something different. Like Aaron Nola had, I believe, 12 0-2 counts last night. No, 11 or 12 0-2 counts last night. You can't go to an 0-2 curveball every single time, or an 0-2 sinker in on lefties every single time, which are his 2 go-tos. For lefties, it's the sinker. For righties, it's the curveball. And he used the changeup on, I believe it was Nick Fortes. It was his 200th career, 200th strikeout of the season. Who was that, Ben? I know. Put it up on the Tweeter bird. No, that was a different thing. That wasn't Fortes. But anyway, this was a beautiful changeup. And it's a difference maker when he's on the bump.
While you're searching on that up, I'm also gonna go with Aaron Nola. I was debating Schwarber. I was debating Wheeler, but Schwarber has completely fallen off since the home run derby. It's ridiculous. What's that face for?
We're gonna talk about that next. About why Schwarber, because we're gonna go to our candidates section next.
Okay, so Aaron Nola is really my choice. I was debating it.
Oh yeah,
I'm going with Nola.
Yeah, Nola. I mean, like I said, he's been solid all season. Been consistent. He's got a lot working for him. It's absolutely it's huge for this team. It really is. So I'm sincerely glad that he's having a good season because this entire squad needs it. His 200th career strikeout was oh, you know what? I actually do think that it was Nick Fortes. I always say all the time. That's who it was. Pretty sure it was. Okay, that was a waste of time. All right, so really quickly, I've been on here for a long time. All right, 2 more things I'll talk about. Your candidates for the team MVP. We both said Nola, obviously Wheeler. Kyle Schwarber, you need to give him a candidate because he got the 2nd most home runs in all of baseball, the most home runs in the entirety of the National League. But
which is still surprising how he still had it.
I cannot begin to explain it.
I don't know. He's got 36?
36 home runs. I believe the closest is 34.
So he'll be passed.
I mean, eventually, the Goldschmidt hasn't been. Goldschmidt's been struggling as of the last 5 games, which for him is like the longest all season, and I'm not being like sarcastic when I say that.
Mm.
But for Schwarber, not Nola, Schwarber, he's really been struggling. I'd say when he came back from a calf injury, he was actually pretty decent when he came back, like for like the first week and a half. Ever since then, I don't know if it's kind of re-agitated him now that he's back for an extended period of time or back in left field, but he has not been good. And I really don't know if he should be leading off anymore, which leads us into our final topic, is Rob Thompson. I put something on this Twitter account today, and I posted the lineup in which it's the second straight day where Bryson Stott is out of the lineup. And at what point are you confused by that? And I said, did Rob Thompson accidentally take Joe Girardi's medicine? What are your thoughts on that, Ben?
He might have. I also think he's going with the hot hand because Sosa had a great game last night. Home run,
but I mean,
double.
that's not going to continue on.
I know, but he has the hot hand currently, so I think that's just who he's going with for tonight.
I mean, if you do that, it's never going to.
He'll probably go 0 for 4 tonight with an error, and then he'll take him out tomorrow.
Which is, but then that's just a dumb decision by Rob Thompson.
Yeah, I know.
He's not. I mean, we haven't other than last season, which was an inconsistent season for Sosa. He was very inconsistent. We haven't seen him be a successful major league player, and he's barely hitting 200. Bryson Stott, it's a lefty pitching. He has like a 300 batting average against lefties since Rob Thompson took over. I don't understand why he's getting this specific night off when you could get, maybe a tough righty would be a better time for him to get a day off. And I understand they don't like lefties facing lefties, but at what point do you realize that splits are not random or by accident? I'm sure there's a reason why he has significantly better numbers against left-handed pitching. So I'm just going to ignore that because of traditional results. And what do you think they have to do there?
Is Thompson an analytic guy?
I don't think so. No, he's old school.
Yeah, so there you go. Going with the hot hand.
I don't like that. See, that's like the simple things, though. Like that is not a confusing analytic to look at. Like he looks at the matchups, but that is an analytic that makes sense. Analytics that I don't think are completely rational for the way they're using them, but splits make sense. So I don't understand why you would just completely ignore a fact, right? It's a fact. Can't ignore that. All right, Ben, what are your closing remarks?
Closing remarks.
Other than see you next week. Because that's pretty much obvious.
They need to start playing better baseball or else the only October we're seeing in Philadelphia that's red is people bleeding coming out of the link wearing Cowboys jerseys.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the type of red we want to see. But that's bound to happen if this Phillies team keeps playing and has a typical Phillies September. Because right now, it has been very underwhelming. And I really don't know if they can come back. I really have no idea. There's some part of me that says, there's a part of me that says, easily, yeah, without a doubt. And there's another part of me that says, no chance. No chance. Like it happens. What makes you it's the definition of insanity. We're in the same situation every year. And I knew this was going to happen eventually. I knew that we were going to get into a slump. And I knew that we were going to, struggle for a few games. And I wasn't sure if it would extend any further. But anyone who expected us to continue playing, semi-consistent baseball the rest of the season, it's actually embarrassing you thought that. Because not even The Mets are going through a little slump right now. They lost 2 or 3 to Washington. The Dodgers were in a slump a little bit at the beginning of the season. Obviously not a slump, but under their expectations. Ever since the trade deadline, the Padres have been a hot mess. And the Brewers, their collapse has been worse than the Phillies. They were in the lead of the NL Central over the fourth best team in the National League right now.
Yeah.
Can't let a lead like that slip.
Current look at the standings as of 4:42 on Wednesday, September 7th. The Phillies have the second wild card spot with a record of 74-61. Just below them are the Padres with the 75-62 record. So they're basically tied for the second and third wild card spot. Atlanta is 10.5 games up. Forget about it. Milwaukee is 3 games back of the wild card. And then after that is the Giants, who are 8.5 back. So it's really Milwaukee, Phillies, Padres competing.
And 2 of 3 get in.
Yep.
All right. That is going to be a wrap up our podcast today. This is Colin Baily and Benjamin Goldstein. Before we go, the last question is a simple answer, and we will leave our explanations for the next episode. Ben. Stop. I like that. That's a good transition. Ben, what are your percentage of the Phillies making the playoffs right now? Go. 3, 2.
74.35%.
I was going to say 74, actually. Mine is 80.9. That is all for today's podcast. We will explain our answers in the beginning of next episode, and we might even revise them depending on how the Phillies are doing, a series and a half from now, maybe 2 series from now. So thank you all for watching. Follow our social medias, which are right below. Make sure that if you're buying any tickets to concerts, sporting events, anything that requires tickets, use the SeatGeek code that is up in the corner there. You will save $20 on any purchase that is $50 or more. Enjoy the game, everybody.
See you.